Hello Cyclone Fanatics, welcome back to Wilson Toyota. We're talking with Tron as we do each and every week here at CycloneFanatic.com. This is Tron Smith of Wilson Toyota of Ames. He's also my radio co-host on 1460 KXNO. Or Tron, a couple things about that radio show. Last week, one, you actually changed your mind, picked the Clones to win last Saturday morning, which is a great move on your part. And two, we're going to be broadcasting live from the Wilson Toyota of Ames showroom coming up on Saturday.
Oh man, you know what? That's the big leagues, buddy.
Yeah.
That is the big leagues. And you know what? I did switch my pick, but I told you that morning. I said, hey, I had that feeling. Now, I wasn't feeling that good. I didn't feel 52 points good.
You weren't seeing 52.
I did see a victory. We got a victory. I just didn't, man, that was,
Well,
I don't think anyone saw 52 points.
Nobody did. It's been a good week here for Tron and Wilson Toyota of Ames. You actually, too, you even sold a car to a Hawk fan. Is that true?
We're getting, you know what? We love everybody. We don't discriminate. We're getting them from Iowa City. We'll take them from, we'll take them from you and I. We'll take them all. The nice thing is, we all show love. I love you guys. You guys love us. That's a good thing.
So if any San Jose State fans are watching, go ahead and give Tron a call.
You know what? Any of you Utes coming in for the weekend, we can get you taken care of before you get back to Utah.
Well, Tron, you mentioned the Utah Utes, 10th ranked team in America, coming into Ames. I've been thinking about it this way. Iowa State, they play a lot of top 10 teams every now and then with Texas and Oklahoma and the University of Iowa. It's not real rare for a highly ranked team to come into Jack Trice Stadium, but for a top 10 team to come into Ames, where Iowa State's only a 4-point underdog, that doesn't happen every day. Iowa State has a legitimate chance to win. In fact, I might pick them to beat Utah because we don't really know anything about this team. They haven't beaten anyone really to this point. This place better be packed on Saturday.
I was going to say that. Here's the thing. There's always a formula to winning a football game. I'm going to tell you the first part of that formula. A full Jack Trice Stadium. I agree with you, man. There should be standing room only in the stadium this week. Come on, guys, you asked the kids to go out there and win. They won the game. Now we know that they're going to play football. Mm-hmm. Make sure that you're there to support them, and make sure you're there before they kick the ball off. Are you kidding me?
That's a big deal to you. And you know what? And I was going off on my Twitter account before the Northern Iowa game but I can give the fans a mulligan for that one because of the rain. The parking was a mess. I think a lot of people got caught up in that. Against Texas Tech, I can't give you a mulligan for that if you weren't in your seat. And I really can't give you a mulligan if you're one of those fans who left at halftime and didn't come back. To me, it boggles my mind. I don't understand it.
Well, you know what? You missed a good ball game because that game, let's not give up. I mean, we're Cyclone fans. We need to be fans from the start to the finish.
Clones are up by 10
I
at
tell you,
halftime.
well, the thing is, if you really didn't come back, you really missed a good ball game.
That was one of the most incredible fourth quarters I remember seeing in football history since I've been watching it. Really.
Have you ever seen a onside kick return for a touchdown?
Not with my eyes. I haven't seen that. I missed that, but you missed Seantrell Johnson's first touchdown ever as an Iowa State Cyclone. But we need to tone it down.
No, I'm going to tell you right now. No, we don't tone it down. Don't turn it down. Put it up. I remember, you guys heard it right here first. Cyclone Fanatics, Chris Williams, Tron Smith, Wilson Toyota. We said it before the season. What name did we say, Chris?
We said Seantrell Johnson.
Wow.
But you can't put that much pressure on the freshman, all right?
You mean the freshman that had 100 and so yards out of the blue?
He had 103 yards and a 61-yard touchdown run. Listen,
well, he's not that good. Wait, he's not that good.
Well, yeah, listen, you can't put that much pressure on him.
He's not that good.
We're not in the business of blowing things up just to watch him suck, okay? We wouldn't have been saying that if we didn't know a little bit about it.
Now we all know.
And we're not right about everything. God knows that. But the fact of the matter is this kid they would not have played him as a freshman if they didn't think he could contribute to the football team. And bam, you saw it on Saturday. I
said it when we talked about it the first time.
You said it on signing day.
Yeah, if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. Believe me, it's a duck. This kid is who we said he is. He's that good, man. He came through the hole on that long run, and the guy looked at me next to me, and he goes, is this guy a junior? I said, I told you, he is a true freshman. You guys got just a little glimpse of future of Cyclone football.
And what's ridiculous about it is the fact that not only do you have, when he's healthy, a really good back in Alexander Robinson, and Jeff Woody is just such a change of pace. He's like Iowa State's Mike Allstott, but a little bit more athletic. I love the future of this running game. And if that running game's going, Austin can pass. If the passing game's going, then it opens up the run. It all works together, and we finally saw it click.
Boy,
really, for the first time, I think we saw it click on
They
Saturday.
were clicking on all cylinders. And you know what? Think about the perseverance. You go down, all of a sudden it's 24-24, and these kids stood up and said, you know what? We have complete control of this game. And you know what? Let's commend the coaches, too. I mean, this was just an all-around awesome display of Cyclone football.
And Tom Herman went from being a guy who a lot of Cyclone fans who, oh, can this guy get the job done? And now all of a sudden he's a genius.
Now he's the man.
It's not his offense that was the problem, okay? It's executing, it's getting the right guys. Well, they proved on Saturday it's not a personnel thing. That offense can play with anyone. Tron, if that offense clicks like that every week, which we know that's not even possible, okay? That was really high how that offense was playing. But you were telling me before we went on the air, there's not a whole lot of teams, if Iowa State's offense is clicking like that can beat the Cyclones.
After watching that game on Saturday, and I mean that game right there, and I agree with you, it's not going to happen every week. But if you can bring that game every week, there's not too many teams on that schedule that beats the Cyclones.
That was probably the peak.
You know what?
I have a hard time believing that they're going to have an output better than what we saw on Saturday.
Remember, we all said it before the season. Even Wally said it before the season. Listen, our defense is going to be okay. Our offense is going to have to outscore people. That's exactly what we saw. 52-38. Hey, Texas Tech, they scored. Our offense flat out outscored them. And you know what? I think that is the offense that we signed up for.
That's the theme for the rest of the year. And I think maybe, and you look at what Ben Bruns wrote on Cyclone Fanatic yesterday, it's one of those deals where they finally showed what they can actually do, and maybe that's all they needed was to do it once. And you did it against a Big 12 South team. Why can't you do it against Utah? Why can't you do it the next week and the week after that? If they can do it once, they can do it again, and finally it's burned into their brain.
My question to you, when it comes to the Utes, is who have they played?
Pittsburgh is the only team legitimate that they've played.
There's not another team that they've beaten that has more than one win on their schedule, and one of them is 0-5.
And Pitt's down too. That's not a real strong Pitt
They
team.
have not played anyone, and I understand. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying, you know what, Utah's a bad team. They're a good team. That's why they're ranked number 10. But I think we may have a little bit of overrating going on here.
Well, and it's their culture. That's a lot of the reason why they're the 10th ranked football team. And I have a feeling if you asked a lot of people, if you did like power ratings, like who would beat who, there are a lot of teams ranked behind Utah who they would probably rank ahead of them. But they're in there. They're in the conversation every year, Tron. And when they go to camp in the spring and when they do all that, Utah kids, they expect to be a top 10 football team. I give them a lot of credit for that, being in the Mountain West and their favorite going into a Big 12 stadium against a team that just scored 52 points. That's something to give them a helmet sticker for.
I agree. And like I said, I'm not saying they're a bad team. They are ranked number 10. What I'm saying is I haven't seen them play anyone.
No, I totally agree. And they have a really good quarterback. Jordan Wynn is his name. Their defense is aggressive. They play a very similar style of football to Texas Tech, both on the offense and the defensive side of the football. So I don't know. I'm not going to give my pick yet. I won't even ask you to unless you want to. You can save that for Saturday's show if you'd like.
I'll save it for Saturday. I'll give it to you right now.
Okay, you're going to give it to me right now.
You know what? I'm taking a clone win. Oh, you already knew that, though. You didn't even have to ask me that. You already know I'm taking a clone win. You know what? This team, I think, has finally came together. We see our leadership, and we're not going to get into the are-not tiller talk. We've seen the leadership. We know what they can do. I think they're ready to do it. I don't know that Utah comes in here and wins. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Jack Trice Stadium will be filled to capacity, and that's why. You know what? There were some third downs in the Texas Tech game. You couldn't even hear yourself think. You know, if we can get that this week, I think we got a clone victory.
Okay. Tron's picking the clone win. I'm leaning that way.
I think you're taking the clone
I'm leaning that way to pick Iowa State for the upset coming up on Saturday. We're going to be here at the Wilson Toyota showroom in Ames at noon. That's when our show starts on Saturday. It's at noon, from noon to 1. We don't know who our guests are yet, but we're We're working on that at this point in time, but it's going to be a heck of a good time. Tron, where are you located at in Ames?
We're located 2212 South Duff Avenue, Ames, Iowa. If you guys can't find it, give me a call. 515-232-4081. You know, I'm gonna try to work on some. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we should get something to eat. What about your buddies over at what is it? The Planet Sub.
Hey,
what do you think?
I think maybe we can work that out.
Can we work
get
that
some
out?
Planet Subs here for the
Oh,
fanatics.
you know what,
enjoy.
guys? If you haven't been at Planet Sub, me and Chris went up and had lunch. I'll tell you, that place is awesome,
It's
man.
ridiculous, isn't it?
Oh,
It's ridiculous.
Wow. It's making me hungry, and I just had lunch.
Buffalo chicken, that's what I go for. What's your
I
sandwich
had
choice?
the
roast
steak and
beef?
cheese
Yeah,
or
the
something.
steak,
It's the
yeah.
Philly steak. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Man, that's it. You guys go out to Planet Sub and check it out, man. That was some good food.
It's good times, good times. Well, we're going to see you here at noon on Saturday, hopefully before an Iowa State victory. It's Talkin' with Tron here at CycloneFanatic.com. The big man picking a Cyclone victory.